Yo, I have just been tuning into Logan Paul podcast. His latest one, titled "One of Us Is Raising Our Ex's Baby." Yes, I do watch Logan Paul. I'm a big fan of his podcast. I've been since day dot watching him. I'm 23 minutes in, and he starts bringing up the PSA10 Charizard that he bought from Gary, King Pokemon Gary. Now this is going back a while, so anyway, I've just paused the video. He's just confirmed what everyone has been suspicious of, which is when Logan fought Floyd Mayweather Jr., one of my favourite boxers of all time, along with Roy Jones. He walked out with a pristine 10 Beckett first edition Charizard base set. He walked out to that fight with that chained around his neck. When that happened, everyone was like, holy crap, is that the third pristine 10? Up until that point, there was only two. Now Gary, and people call him Porn Star Gary because he went to the Porn Stars shop in America, probably 2016, 2017. He wanted $500,000 for his Charizard collection, and they didn't give it to him. And then Pokemon blew up. Anyway, Logan went and bought a Charizard from Gary, and there's a video on Logan's channel. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. He went to his house, he met him, and Gary sold him one of his PSA 10s. Logan went there with the intention of buying one of the Beckett's, which Gary had two pristine 10s, the only two in the world. Obviously, Gary didn't want to part with those, so he instead sold him one of the PSAs. Now, everyone at the time was like, oh, amazing, Logan's just spent like $150,000 on this PSA10 Charizard first edition. Anyway, when the fight happened, I remember everything was blowing up, conspiracies flying everywhere. Oh, Logan, that must be the card that he bought from Gary. People were like, nah, that's not it. They're like, yeah, it has to be, blah, blah, blah. Then I saw PokerRev do a video the other week with watching a documentary, and it was all about this. But Logan hasn't said anything. He's kept quiet, and I've just been watching his podcast, and I'm 23 minutes in, and Logan has just revealed what the process and what he did, and he has confirmed that is the card. So we're gonna watch this little clip.
Stories. It's been a while. Should we just
good? Let it go. It's like we're on a podcast or something. 100%.
All right. This one. All right.
Don't even say that. It might not make.
He doesn't want to say it, but he does.
You know Gary?
Which one?
The one who sold me the Pokemon card? You were there.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
I know the Pitbull guy.
He's the fucking legend in the space. He sold me my $150,000 Charizard that you're actually holding right there. Wow. That's not the card, but that's the card that I bought from this guy, Gary. It's a PSA 10 Charizard. I bought it for $150,000 from him. Yep. And fuck, only the collectors are really gonna like get this story and like.
This is all the conspiracies. Here we go. This is it.
I don't even know.
Does that bother you that one of the people watching?
He's hesitating so much. Logan, just get on with it, man. Everyone knows. Come on.
Falls asleep. Does it get?
No. He falls asleep everywhere. That's Dave. I've seen him sleep in the middle of a tornado.
I talk about.
Wait, hold on, Dave. Gary sold me a PSA 10 first edition Charizard. There's only like 120, maybe 121 in the world. I went in there with the intention of buying one of his BGS 10 Charizards.
Yeah.
There's only
I remember that. 2
in the world.
And he spoke to his sons, and his sons were like, he's not going to sell you that.
A BGS 10 Charizard, right? And I just didn't know how to get it because the only guy with both of them is Gary, and he would not sell that to me.
Gary the King.
He sold me this PSA 10 Charizard, and I'm looking at this card on the way home from Vegas, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, this fucking card is perfect. This is I don't know how. He mentioned that he tried to get PSA to cross over to a BGS.
Gary had tried, I don't know, maybe a few times to do a crossover. So he obviously got it graded. He had the PSA 10 and he sent it to Beckett to see if he could get a cross grade and turn it into another pristine. It didn't happen. It didn't get crossed over. So
BGS 10. It's called a crossover, and oftentimes it fails.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because they're competitors and like if a PSA 10 crosses over to a BGS 10, what does that do to the novelty of the
market,
yeah, you know, it's got
Changes the market.
it's scarcity. You got to keep it thin. And so I'm like, damn, he tried to cross it over. That's crazy because it didn't work. And I'm looking at this card and it's perfect. And
Logan.
I wonder if there's like some sort of like beef between the companies, whatever. But I thought to myself,
That's crazy.
I wonder what would happen if I cut this card out, this $150,000 card out of the PSA case and submitted it as a raw card.
Oh, that's risky because what if they like go, oh, it's a 7 now,
No,
or a
yeah.
6?
Huge risk in doing that. Huge risk.
Not only that, they can downgrade it.
What if it goes?
No. What if when you take out the $150,000 card from the PSA slab, because it's not a super clean process. You have to use like wire cutters and like a screwdriver.
was
And
there.
now I know. If you nick that fucking thing,
It's over.
Oh yeah, 100%. You're done.
$100 grand like this.
Yeah, you're done.
So I'm like, fuck it, bro.
What?
I'm that dude. Fuck it.
You're that guy.
I'm gonna try to cut this out of the case and risk losing my investment, my prized possession.
Wait, just for us, how much more would it go if it would the win? You're risking it. What's the win?
Well,
How much more of a difference?
That's later on in the story.
yeah. I mean, now it's like $1 million card, bro. I walked out with that card to the Floyd Mayweather fight, but I'm getting there. So I cut this card out. Surgical. I practiced.
It was one of the scariest things I've ever seen. He's standing there with what equates to like a giant
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. No way.
wrench, like a purple over that
There's a
clay.
fucking screwdriver and bolt cutter.
And he takes it and he's bending the durability of the fucking case with this thing, and everybody, there's like 10 people huddled around, their eyes bulging out of it, and it goes. Yeah. Like I'm trying to, and you're gonna see this video at some point. I don't know why it's still in this.
There you go.
Fucking
Of course they would have. Of course they would have filmed
The
it.
reason I bring it up now is because
he did something, right? What happened?
that's why.
Wait, what
I
happened?
saw this.
I'll tell you. So I fucking flew to Texas. I submitted it to BGS as a raw card. It got
And this is why I get jealous. Leonhardt could do same day grading at Becca because he lives in Texas. Unbelievable.
graded a fucking 10. It became the third BGS 10 in the world, probably 5x the value right there. It was like a good luck charm to me. I felt like that day, I just felt so like just like happy and grateful that I was able to do something kind of bold, and it fucking worked. Like it fucking worked.
Yeah.
And why I hadn't brought it up or posted this video is because like I'd assume, and I'll just be honest with you, there were a couple things. One, I'd assume this is kind of frowned upon in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, he brings up a good point. I don't personally know anyone that's done it, but I'm sure lots of people would have. Like, surely there would be people that are in the market. This is, you know, their side hustle, their side job, selling cards, flipping cards. Surely there's some people out there that have done this. I don't feel like there's a problem with it. He's bought the card, he's spent the money, and he's taken the risk to crack the case and then to send it off as a raw card to another company. Each to their own. It is what it is. And if it didn't go the way he'd planned or that he wanted, then he would have lost out. So the risk for reward there.
People have done it, but I don't know if anyone as like public about the space.
Yeah, no one would probably be promoting
Why
it.
is it frowned upon?
Well, I don't know. I haven't like talked to anyone about it. Like, I don't know. I just wonder if people will think it's like it's a scummy move. But like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I work.
Logan, I love it. I don't think it's a scum move, man. I absolutely love it. I rate it. This is the video that Pokerev was kind of doing a reaction to. So it's Goat Breakers. So on YouTube, they're called Goat Breakers. It's titled, "We Reveal the Secret Behind Logan Paul's Charizard Full Documentary." If you haven't seen it, guys, it's a must-watch. It's pretty much, I'll show you a little bit of it. They're basically interviewing Gary, and he's kind of talking about the whole process of meeting Logan, getting him to the house, and going through it.
And I'm known as King Pokemon. A lot of people called me King because I had the information. I always had the biggest collection.
Have probably the world's #1 Pokemon.
No other graded attack.
Pretty much
Offered 500 grand. They didn't take it. Chumley was, you know, I mean, it's all for the show, right? But yeah.
childhood memories protected. The other reason would be for value's sake, because the difference in one number, like between a 9 and a 10,
Yeah.
can be a 10 as maintained to this day. You're going to find about 8 to 10 times more PSA than you would Beckett's.
Yeah.
Today, I believe there's about 125 or less
So that's the card Logan had and that he bought from Gary.
PSA10 first
Or one of them.
base Charizards. The equivalent to a PSA10 Charizard would be the 9 your
And that's what it turned into when he took it out of the case, sent it raw, and then it's come back a Beckett pristine 10. Here we go. Unbelievable.
shocked. You have to remember these sheets, like I have behind me here, they were all stacked up. There were big rollers that rolled those sheets off of each other, and then they get, you know, cut by these cutting machines and that.
Yeah, it's crazy that you can get a 10, you know. We all know that there's cards that can get nicks and they're not cut properly, they're not centered properly. It's just, it is what it is. It's the luck of the draw from the machinery and the people in there.
So getting something that Earl, who had the second one, because Logan Paul was a big Pokemon.
Yeah, and Logan really did boost the hobby. He did his live Brock's Bakes, so...
Found me. He said, "Oh, I just want you to know I love your collection." Thinking to myself,
Yeah, this was the video that Logan vlogged when he went there.
A guy's Pokemon.
He literally, yeah, he went through all the cards and then he picked, you know, his best or his favorite one that he thought was most centered. Maybe, oh, I remember him saying something like, "This is the reddest one," or something like, "This one has heaps of red." I don't know if he was saying this.
Pokemon collection, right? After seeing my
He loved the holo. He loved the holo foil on the one he picked. He was like, "Yep, it's really red. I'm getting good vibes," or something like that.
cards, seen those two Beckett 10 Charizard. I think your dad would mind if I made an offer, you know, on his
Yeah.
10s. Your dad sat down on the couch and he went. His bodyguard in a Men in Black outfit came walking in with a briefcase in his hand. Laid it down over here in front of Logan, and Logan said, "You know, I want to make you an offer on something." Took the case, he opened it, "But for one of your PSA 10s, I want to offer you 150,000 I immediately
He accepted, yeah.
think of a reason why not. I said, "Well, if I do it, you know, it's not about." I went on Graham Stephan's show and on his financial channel, not a Pokemon channel.
I had the only two up until about 3-4 months ago. Now there are 3 of those in existence.
And during this time, this is when all the conspiracy was happening. Gary put out a reward for any information on the third one. Now, Logan didn't tell Gary at this point that he'd done it. Gary was willing to pay a lot of money for any information, and he wanted to buy the third one because that's just what Gary does. Logan kept it secret from him for a while, and obviously the big reveal was the Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight, which was absolutely insane. One, it's insane that he fought him in an exhibition fight. Obviously didn't go to Floyd's record or anything like that. And two, that he had it around his neck. You know, for people that love Pokemon, that was the coolest thing ever.
3 Beckett's pristine 10s. Somehow somebody came up with one.
Watch the rest. You know, Gary even goes on to talk about his connection with that card. I think in this video, another video, he knew it was that one. He knew it was his. Just he would remember the image and the look of it. So there we have it, guys. It's been confirmed. It's been revealed and confirmed finally that is definitely the card that Logan bought from Gary, and he got a regrade on it. Wasn't a crossover. He cracked it, sent it off, and it came back the best you can get. So yeah. All right, that's all, guys. Yeah, if you haven't watched that video, I'll leave the link in the description. These guys did a great job in filming and a great documentary. Goes for 14.5 minutes, so yeah, definitely suggest watching it. Yeah, give the video a like, guys. Cheers for the support. Almost at 350 subs, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.